This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. When we think about the COVID-19 vaccine hesitancy in the Black community, let's remember, it didn't happen by chance. It's justified in history. But the will to change the narrative is strong today, and our people are lending their voices to the conversation. We're sharing our stories and the reasons that made us choose the vaccine so we can lead the way for others to make a well-informed choice too. To hear our stories, visit hereforuswa.org.
Geico asks, how would you love a chance to save some money on insurance? Of course you would. And when it comes to great rates on insurance, Geico can help. Like with insurance for your car, truck, motorcycle, boat, and RV. Even help with homeowners or renters coverage. Plus, add an easy-to-use mobile app, available 24-hour roadside assistance, and more, and Geico is an easy choice. Switch today and see all the ways you could save. It's easy. Simply go to geico.com or contact your local agent today.
What's up? It's your boy, The Ted Smith. Thanks for listening to the Men's Room Daily Podcast. Want more? Check out the greatest podcast in all the land, The Podcast. Be sure to subscribe and listen to a brand new episode every Tuesday night.
Somebody out there deserves to be recognized. And the Men's Room knows just who it is. So to you, we say, bottoms up, sailor. You're the toast of our shot of the day.
Drink time it is. The weekend is here, and as usual, we head to the drink desk and Stephen Throwhill to find out who we're toasting.
Yes, indeed. And today we chose 25-year-old Mahad Mohammed of somewhere in Minnesota. Now, this is a man who adds a new twist to an old situation because normally when police find drugs in someone's posterior orifice, their rectum, their butt, there's no question who those drugs belong to because they're in your butt. And the cops know for a fact those are your drugs. But again, that's normally how it works. But that's where our friend Mahad, he provided a rare paradigm shift, if you will. He was driving, and there's a younger guy in his teens that's sitting in the passenger seat. Now, for whatever reason, he ends up getting pulled over. I don't know initially why the cops pulled him over, but when the police searched them, they found a baggie of cocaine tucked in the rectum of the teenager. But Mahad eventually admitted they were his drugs, and that he told the teenager to hide them in his pants. Again, we want you to understand, these are drugs that you snort in your nose, and he had someone else's butt hold his drugs. Anyway, both of them ended up getting arrested, and our friend Mahad, he'll be sentenced in December. For hiding his drugs in someone else's butt.
I don't know if I've ever heard that technique.
I have not either.
Unless they're smuggling it in for you. But
if you got it in your butt, they're yours.
Right.
That's the rule we live by.
Absolutely. I mean, even the cops are like, hey, man, you're in a lot of trouble, son. You found drugs in your butt. And this other guy's like, and keep in mind, the kid didn't say, no, they're not mine. Mahad stepped up and said, officer, those drugs that you found in his rectum, that's my cocaine. And they said, okay. So they both got arrested. So let's drink. We pour this booze. And we drink pour this booze and we drink this booze because we think it's yummy.
Yummy!
So over the tongue and down the throat to party in our tummies. Down the hola bichola.
This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. As we continue to listen, learn, and grow, we are amplifying Black voices and perspectives in an effort to start a new COVID-19 vaccine conversation. We're sharing stories intended to help us navigate this unprecedented time together and to co-create solutions in support of the Black community. Hear these stories at weconsiderwa.org.
Geico asks, how would you love a chance to save some money on insurance? Of course you would. And when it comes to great rates on insurance, Geico can help. Like with insurance for your car, truck, motorcycle, boat, and RV. Even help with homeowners or renters coverage. Plus, add an easy-to-use mobile app, available 24-hour roadside assistance, and more, and Geico is an easy choice. Switch today and see all the ways you could save. It's easy. Simply go to geico.com or contact your local agent today.
All right, let's clear this garage. Start a pile here for donations, one over here for recycling, and one more over here for trash. Hang on, what are you doing?
Recycling?
We may need that paint one day, and that can't be recycled.
First, this can looks older than me. And second, paintcare.org says you can.
Paintcare.org. Let me see. Oh, and there's a drop-off site close by. And it's free? Nice.
Dad, no.
The debauchery rolls on. You're listening to The Men's Room with Miles and Thrill. 99.9 KISW.
Now for all the TV news all the time, and it's time for TV Time with Ted.
And now, because your pathetic life is confined to countless hours in front of a talking box,
Armageddon.
The Men's Room presents TV Time with Ted.
All right, your choices today, the Jimmys.
Jimmy Kimmel and Jimmy Fallon.
And Jimmy Hat. Seth Meyers.
Seth on the list. Conan O'Brien.
Or Ted Smith.
Is it Ted or is it Lane?
That's it. Right there in the title, all these guys have teams of professional writers that go over the monologues each and every night. It is up to you to determine, is this an actual late-night joke, or could it be a The Ted Smith original?
Stupid. All right. There's going to be a blue moon. Woo, a blue moon on Halloween this year. So Denny's is celebrating with a ham, egg, and cheese sandwich on blue bread. Yes. The classic color everyone associates with Halloween, blue. So remember, even though Halloween is basically canceled, you could still make it much, much worse.
Kimmel. Fallon.
There's going to be a blue moon on Halloween this year. So Denny's is celebrating by selling a ham, egg, and cheese sandwich with blue bread. Yes, the classic color everyone associates with Halloween, blue. So remember, even though Halloween is basically canceled, you can still make it much, much worse.
I don't know. We got to hate on Denny's. You want some chicken wings and an omelet?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Welcome to Denny's. Halloween is this Saturday, and if you can't afford to go to a haunted house, just visit your office for the first time since March. Ugh, those used to be pickles.
Seth Meyers. Yeah, Seth.
That's Seth.
Halloween is this Saturday, and if you can't afford to go to a haunted house, just visit your office for the first time since March. Oh, those used to be pickles.
Harley Davidson has a new project. Oh, actually, they have a new product. Harley Davidson has a new product, an electric bicycle. Not a motorcycle, but a bike. Mom's heard that, and yeah, it's still a no. I'm 48. It's still a no.
Seth Meyers.
Jimmy Fallon.
Harley Davidson has a new product. It is an electric bike, but look at that. It's not an electric motorcycle. It's an electric bicycle.
Yeah. Mom's heard that, and we're like, yeah, it's still a no. I'm 48. Yeah, no.
Lori Loughlin, it's reported, Lori Loughlin has to report to the California prison where Felicity Huffman did time to start her 2-month sentence over the college bribery scandal. On the way in, the correctional officer told her, quote, "You're in big trouble, mister."
The Ted Smith. Ted?
Damn it!
Yeah.
That's a good one, though.
Mm-hmm. It's a quote from the show.
Yeah.
A man in the Bronx who was waiting for a bus recently broke his leg and arm after he fell into a 15-foot sinkhole full of rats that opened up underneath him. The man described the experience as still better than the bus.
Seth Meyers.
A man in the Bronx who was waiting for a bus recently broke his leg and arm after he fell into a 15-foot sinkhole full of rats that opened up underneath him. The man described the experience as still better than the bus.
You know the two people that hate rats the most?
I don't.
The Mafia and Charlie Brown.
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
I'm just saying, as much as the term rat is used.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Because other genres of crime, you might have snitch.
Maybe a snitch. Right.
You know, like this and that. But in the mob, it's always, he's a rat.
Rats only exist in organized crime. Right?
Yeah.
Regular crime, then you're a snitch.
Yeah.
I know politicians use those words.
Mm-hmm.
Snitch?
Rats.
No, rats.
Oh.
Yeah.
Snitch.
I was like, who said... Nah, they shouldn't be doing that. Mm-hmm. What's another one? Hey, sang like a canary.
Does anyone say that anymore?
I am.
Okay. The last time that was used was like 1937.
Yeah, see? He got popped down at the club.
Yeah, you never
selling
used
the
it
drugs.
You never used it at the office. He went to HR and sang like a canary for all the shenanigans.
We got to move, boys. All right, we're just talking a little bit about Uncle Becky.
Jeez.
Aunt Becky there. Wow. Who knows? So another childhood show, Saved by the Bell. Childhood for me. So here's the deal with Saved by the Bell. Have you guys seen the promo for it?
No.
I remember Saved by the Bell being pretty bland.
Right.
This one is like some of the people work at the school, and then Zach Morris is that now like the governor of the state or something where the school is. But then there's other kids that come into Bayside and they don't really get it, and then they start making fun of them because the other new kids are poorer and different colors. And I was like,
sounds upbeat.
Yeah, I was like, I mean, it ends well, but I'm just like, I don't know. It seemed like there was serious episodes of Saved by the Bell, but just for the trailer for the show, I was like,
it's darker this time. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it just seemed a little like, do we need to be this serious? It's Saved by the Bell. I don't know.
Is the bell going to save this season?
Right?
These are different times.
Yeah. So maybe let's take a break from it. You're Saved by the Bell.
Right, yeah.
Anyhow, so if you have noticed in there in the new season, Lisa Turtle, who was played by Lark Voorhees, she hasn't been in there.
I was going to say, she's the one who kind of lost her mind a couple years ago, right?
Okay, so that is the deal. She did. But also, she eventually got diagnosed with schizophrenia disorder.
Okay, all right.
That's a mouthful.
Mm-hmm.
So the Peacock streaming service says when the show picks up with Lisa, she's thriving with a successful career in fashion, which makes sense. So
she'll be back on the show?
Right. I think when they started filming, she wasn't a little bit healthier yet.
Okay.
So they just couldn't have her in there yet.
Well, then that's cool. You're still invited back, though.
Yeah. Right.
Still no Screech, right?
You're damn right there's no Screech.
That's a little bit different than what he was up to.
Well, he wrote a tell-all book, which you could maybe get past. But then he did a lot of interviews, and then again, he stabbed a man in Milwaukee.
Yeah, that's the
on
real
Christmas or Thanksgiving night.
It's bizarre for no reason.
Yeah, I get, and I know we've talked about this, but I don't care how good of friends we are. If I found out you stabbed a man in Milwaukee on a holiday night, I can't. This is it. This is over.
Yeah,
our friendship's
what if I
done.
did it in Vegas?
Fine.
Okay, just Milwaukee.
It just seems odd. Milwaukee. Christmas, I can't remember, it was Thanksgiving. I think it was Christmas Day night. First of all, it's Christmas Day night. Who's going out? But not a lot of people go out on Christmas. I mean, I have, but not a ton of people do.
Sure.
And then you stab somebody. You're Screech.
It's probably your hometown if you're there for a holiday.
Yeah,
you know
I'm
somebody
sure,
there. It's either your girlfriend's family
for
your
a
family.
winter holiday to go there. Yeah.
I'm sure he lives somewhere around there, and you're right. That's why it was there. But also, he could have gone to Vegas to do the stabbing, and he'd be on the show right now.
It's more acceptable.
Right, if Thrill stabs somebody in Seattle, it's like, bro, we live here.
That's why I don't do it here.
Yeah.
So I take the occasional weekend
road trip.
Yeah.
I got to stab someone road trip.
Yeah, it's like when you take those cruises to Europe.
I did a lot of damage. It's a lot of blood, Ted. A lot of blood.
I wondered how you got that Barcelona jacket.
Well, the guy wearing it was my size.
It was super affordable. Yeah, well, you stabbed a dude.
Yeah.
Scarlett Johansson? Is it Johansson?
I always hear Johansson.
I speak a proper English, so I'm going to call it Johansson.
Okay, Scarlett Johansson.
Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah.
Colin Jost are married.
Yeah, I read that.
Now,
I'm glad they did it that way.
Yeah, I never had a shot with Scarlett. So
You don't know that.
it doesn't bother me that she's off the market. What bothers me is I'm a little worried about the friendship with him and Shay.
Why?
Well, now they're married. Sometimes you're married, buddy. You don't see him as much.
Right.
Oh, well.
Welcome to Weekend Update. I'm Michael Che.
Well, he still has a job.
Jost is Jost dealing with the wife.
No, he doesn't want to leave the house. Do you know he married?
Saturday Night Live will be fine because that's their work. Just saying some of the funny Instagram stuff. I'm worried we're not going to see it.
I'll tell you what, though, man. In as far as marrying someone that's been with cool people, you know what I mean? You would never want to be next after George Clooney.
No.
Or like Bradley Cooper.
Because I'm
whatever.
rebound.
She was with Ryan Reynolds. You know
Right,
what I
she
mean?
was married for 2 years to Ryan Reynolds, and then a guy named Roman Dartrick. Right, this is her third
Maybe
wedding.
he was the cleanser. You know what I mean? All right, okay. I better
cleanser.
not
Well, you know my rule. This is it.
What's that?
Well, this is her third wedding, so...
You wouldn't go.
Well, number one, I wouldn't go. But number two is, it's like baseball. You try a third time and it still doesn't work, just put the bat down, all right?
Time to retire.
Yeah. And you can still date.
You still play the game.
Have serious relationships.
Sure.
You just don't get to hit.
No, you get to swing the bat. You just can't, you know what I mean? You can't score.
Why don't you pick up a fungo?
Yeah, right. Something.
It's Colin's first marriage. Jesus, I gotta stop saying that. She's 35, he's 38, which is kind of amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And she's already had 3, and she's 3 years younger.
But she's also been in Hollywood where, getting married is like changing your underwear.
I mean, maybe he was mopping it up before this, but I didn't read that in the tabloid.
Colin Jost is an attractive man.
Yeah.
Apparently he was doing just fine.
Yeah.
But he's smart enough to keep his mouth shut.
Yeah, exactly.
You continue to have a good time, not tell people that you're having a good time.
That's right.
Yeah. The best was A-Rod. Not A-Rod. Derek Jeter. That legend that, if he slept with a woman, he'd send him home with a gift basket.
Yeah, you got a gift basket.
And you got, a town car ride home.
Oh, I do that with a men's room T-shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah. Take a men's room 6-pack, you know what I mean?
And a bus token.
Right.
So you're classier than I am.
And a package of sausage from Woolies. Yeah, I send them home with them.
I just hit him with a 22. But Ted, it's warm. Ain't my problem.
Right. You got a refrigerator.
It is 10:30.
Time to go.
Red zone is on. You are out.
When you hear Scott Hansen's voice, you leave.
John's got the Olero outside waiting for you. It's great.
It's 7 uninterrupted hours. If you're here, that's going to be an interruption.
Don't make Scott a liar.
Have you guys seen these deep fakes? And I'm not talking about, play action.
Are you talking about when they impose somebody's face on whatever?
Yeah, to me, they bug the crap out of me because it's very hard to tell if they're real or fake.
Unless it's Baker Mayfield.
That's the name.
Right. And a lot of people don't know.
Sure.
So Trey Parker and Matt Stone, those are the guys who create South Park. They're making a whole show or a series with deep fakes. It's called Sassy Justice.
I trust their comedy, so
it's a fake.
They're not doing a project unless it's going to be funny.
Right. It's a fake news show where everyone is a realistic looking deep fake, including star Fred Sassy, who has Donald Trump's face but with an effeminate voice.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Those deep fakes just creep the hell out of me, and they kind of scare me. It's I get what they're doing, comedy, but I'm I wouldn't want any more of those around.
Okay.
It almost seems like it should be illegal. But I mean, I guess you could doctor video any way you want and have been doing it for years.
I mean, look, not everything has to be illegal. It's just dumb people use them for horrible reasons. But, if you go to the movies, they've spent this much on special effects, it looks great, right?
Right.
And you could green screen something and create some fake-ass news thing or whatever you want to do. You just hope there's not a ton of a-holes. The problem is there's a ton of a-holes.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the long and short of it. There's nothing wrong with owning a fork, but if a guy keeps sticking a fork in someone's eye, it's okay, you're an a-hole. It's not the fork's fault.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you have to heat it up, too? What did I do to this guy? This one will make you uncomfortable. A surprising number of people are already watching Christmas movies.
Oh, come on, man.
Yeah.
I mean, just come on.
People are looking for some positivity here, aren't they? They just want something happy, man.
Yeah, maybe.
If that brings them happiness, then hey, whatever you like to put you in a good mood, if that's what you like, why not?
Well,
because they're going to be here in a couple weeks.
It's not my cup of tea. I'm looking forward to Sunday NFL football. But, that makes me happy. But everybody's got their own thing that makes them excited.
Were you watching, this might be a bad question, were you watching replays of NFL games before the season started?
Yes, I was on the NFL Network. I watched a lot of those games.
All right. Well, then,
I did. I mean, it was on. Nothing else
That's
was
your
on.
Christmas movie.
Yeah. Right.
I guess for me, it's just always let's let the holidays have their thing. I mean, hell, I don't give a crap. You know what? Sunday's November 1st. You lost an hour of sleep. You want to watch a Christmas movie? Go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just we haven't even got to Halloween.
Let's have Halloween first.
I agree.
And people are already watching it. And there's scary movies you can watch. I'm not a big scary movie guy, but there's Halloween movies.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Not a ton of Thanksgiving movies, but there's a few.
Is there a Thanksgiving movie?
I think the best one is
Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
That would be the one.
That would be the one.
Oh. What?
I was just randomly lifting my leg, but then you farted. It was
it's like a ventriloquist.
Yes, it really is.
There's got to be more Thanksgiving movies. You know what? I'm going to look that up.
Okay.
By next week, 2 weeks from now, I'll have a whole list of Thanksgiving movies.
Yeah, you must have another week.
Right. 1 in 3 people, so they already watched a Christmas flick. 40% said they started in October, right? Which I like, they said here goes, which begs the question, when did the others start, right? If 40% said they started in October, 37 said September, 20% said August or earlier. Like at that point, man, you're not trying to cheer yourself up. You're just a Christmas junkie. And trust me, I love me some Christmas.
I'm kind of curious to see when some of the radio stations switch the dial over to Christmas music, because technically, for the most part, yes, people do like Christmas music. It keeps starting earlier and earlier, but that was for a large part of retail.
Yeah.
Where, business would put on Christmas music because they're selling stuff or whatever the deal is. Like, that's not really...
Right. It wasn't the radio station. It was you rolling to Target and they got it going.
Right.
I still say we're just terrorizing children. Like, that's a long time for them to wait for Christmas.
It is.
The holiday movies people like to rewatch the most, there's 3 of them. Can you guess?
Are they newer or are they old classics?
I'm guessing what's the one?
Christmas Carol, whatever.
When the bell rings, an angel gets its wings, whatever.
It's a Wonderful Life.
It's a Wonderful Life.
That's on the list. There's another one that's a classic, but it's
Ralphie, BB Gun.
Nope.
Christmas. No. Oh.
It's a Miracle on 34th Street.
Home Alone.
Home Alone. Okay.
And then how that nasty, nasty Grinch stole Christmas.
Okay. All right. Those aren't so bad.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever actually seen the live action or the people version of the Grinch. I still like the cartoon.
I think the cartoon is better.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I've watched it 15 times because I have kids.
Yeah, Jim Carrey's just...
I mean, they're just... Like, dude, it can be done in 30 minutes. They did it in 30 minutes, and I thought it was better.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Thank you, Tim. We appreciate it. You are listening to The Men's Room.
This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. As we continue to listen, learn, and grow, we are amplifying Black voices and perspectives in an effort to start a new COVID-19 vaccine conversation. We're sharing stories intended to help us navigate this unprecedented time together and to co-create solutions in support of the Black community. Hear these stories at weconsiderwa.org.
Geico asks, how would you love a chance to save some money on insurance? Of course you would. And when it comes to great rates on insurance, Geico can help. Like with insurance for your car, truck, motorcycle, boat, and RV. Even help with homeowners or renters coverage. Plus, add an easy-to-use mobile app, available 24-hour roadside assistance, and more, and Geico is an easy choice. Switch today and see all the ways you could save. It's easy. Simply go to geico.com or contact your local agent today.
All right, let's clear this garage. Start a pile here for donations, one over here for recycling, and one more over here for trash. Hang on, what are you doing?
Recycling?
We may need that paint one day, and that can't be recycled.
First, this can looks older than me. And second, paintcare.org says you can.
Paintcare.org. Let me see. Oh, and there's a drop-off site close by. And it's free? Nice.
Dad, no.
Men's Room returns with Miles and Thrill. Now, let's see what's happening in the real world.
All right, here we go. Colleges are slashing tuition to entice students to come back to campus. Except at my kid's school. We head to Florida where a man opens the hood of his car to find a 12-foot python, and that is not cool. Mom of the Year tells Disney the gun in her purse belonged to her 6-year-old kid. Grandma arrested after hiring a hitman for son-in-law that she was trying to rid. And a man is arrested trying to steal $600 in vibrating products. It is time for headlines.
Now, it's time to hit the headlines. Here's my cop.
All right, our top story. We go to Scotland, where someone called police to make a spooky report.
Spooky.
The witness saw someone walking around town wearing a mask and was said to be wielding a machete.
Machete.
When police arrived on the scene, they did indeed find a masked man, but instead of the deadly machete, he was actually carrying a bag of leeks.
How do you confuse leeks for a machete?
It's a wonderful question, Mr. Hill.
I don't.
Scottish leeks are huge and sharp.
They are, man. They have that little curved edge to them. They come with a handle. They established that no crime took place and no further action was needed.
Oh, you're a chef, Steve. Just soup, right?
What, leeks?
Yeah. I can't think of any other thing.
Mostly soup. Sometimes if you're doing like crispy vegetables on the side of a main dish,
all right,
you'll get some of that in there.
Okay.
I actually like leeks, believe it or not.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Did we find the vegetable that he likes?
I didn't say I love them. I said I like them. They remind me a little bit of onions. They kind of have that pungent taste. So, like, I'm down with onions. And as a friend of mine put it, a friend of New Hotness, he said, what vegetables do you eat? And I listed, well, man, like garlic, onions, peppers. He goes, okay, so you like vegetables that are served with meat. So picture a fajita, the vegetables served with that are the ones I'm down with.
All right.
And you know what?
And leeks.
Could you just char them on like a grill?
Yeah, and people have done them, man. They're really not bad. And I'm saying that, and I hate vegetables.
And you know what? As much as we're going to laugh at this person, good on them for calling authorities. You know, seeing somebody walk around who's a little bit shady, okay, but if you think this guy's carrying a machete...
Yeah, I guess if you think he's carrying a machete, I understand. I just don't understand how you thought leeks were a machete.
You know what? You don't think straight when you see a machete.
Okay, or leeks.
In other news,
I have a machete. It does not look like a leek.
That's fair.
What kind of machete do you have?
What kind of leeks are you buying?
Jungle machete.
The concrete jungle machete.
Yeah, I like that.
You like that? Yeah. Another news, we go to Florida, of all places, where someone found something shocking under their hood. Officials responded to the call after they found a 10-foot Burmese python underneath the hood of their car.
Oh.
They were able to safely capture and remove the animal without an incident.
How do you think they knew that snake was there? Normally, you don't go to your car and pop the hood.
I was looking for that in the story. Like, did you try to start it?
They probably tried to start it.
When you go home tonight, you're not going to go downstairs, pop the hood on your car, and drive away.
Well, no, I am. That's where I put my drugs. But in their case, I'm guessing they tried to start the car.
Like
it's a 12-foot python.
Yeah,
right?
I mean,
Maybe
and
the
this
engine thick.
Maybe the engine wouldn't flip over or something because there's a giant snake on it.
Something
it sounded weird, maybe. Honestly, the thing was big enough. What if the hood was a little bit bulged?
Yeah, sure. I wonder what that is. Oh, my God.
Oh, my God. Yeah, that is not what I want to see when I open it up.
No.
Oh, goodness gracious. It takes a lot to get a lifetime ban from Disney World, but one woman has managed it. An employee working at the front gate noticed the woman put a pink bag behind a planter on the way up to the entrance that was later determined to have a loaded 9mm handgun inside. When asked about the firearm, the woman tried to blame it on her 6-year-old son, claiming that she gave it to him to hang on to until she got her brother to take the gun back to her car.
I'm actually shocked that this thing made it into the world. I for some reason...
Was it inside or outside the gate?
Inside.
Was it inside the gate?
Yeah,
okay.
that's why I was thinking, like, how did that gun get in there in the first place?
Right. Okay, so she did... Well...
So basically, if she didn't store the bag behind the planter, they would have never known.
But they always search the bags, don't they? I mean, that's almost standard issue right now.
Basically, they have surveillance like Vegas. If you leave something like that, they consider it a suspicious package. It could be a bomb, it could be this, it could be that. So they're keeping their eye on
especially with a
people
loaded firearm
leaving
inside.
stuff and hiding stuff behind things.
She wasn't.
Right.
She was outside Disney's Magic Kingdom.
So, all right. So, it's right when you go in.
Right, that's what I'm saying. You could get it to there, but you'd be hard-pressed to smuggle a weapon into. Yeah.
But even still, it's a little sus, as the kids say, to go ahead and put a bag with a loaded weapon outside of a planter.
The thing is, if I'm a cop and you say, hey, I gave it to my 6-year-old kid, I don't believe you, but I would give her the opportunity. Do you want to not say that? Because there's additional charges coming your way. Like, if you're telling me the truth,
you're gonna
this
give him a second
is
chance
worse
to
for you.
redact that statement.
I mean, do you think maybe she just had it on her and then forgot when they were going to Disney World?
Honestly, hoping that, but honestly, the fact that she sold out her 6-year-old kid, that's...
Yeah, that's true. Probably not that.
The kid can beat the rap.
Yeah. A man in New Hampshire was arrested for trying to steal some intimate items. The man and a female accomplice were caught on surveillance footage walking through an adult store stuffing multiple items into a bag.
No, at least it was into a bag.
Police were contacted and managed to get to the store while the suspect was still there. In total, he was attempting to walk out with nearly $600 in merchandise. Sources, they've actually seen an increase in shoplifting at the store.
That's recently. A lot of merch, sure. Man. People really are trapped at home, man.
I'm with you. All right, that is it for your headlines with that. Go Hawks and Mike Hawkers out.
Tell you like we appreciate it, and go Ravens. Don't forget to set your clock back 1 hour. It'll fall back there
damn it.
Saturday night, Sunday morning. That sucks. But
Happy Halloween.
That's right.
Spooky. In the meantime, we be all up out this bitch. So until next time, please do what you do best. And for Aletha's sake, stay beautiful.
The Men's Room has been taped before a live studio audience. Wardrobe and makeup provided by Mantastic Limited. This has been a presentation of the Men's Room Radio Network. Oh, man! A Double Flush production.
This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. As we continue to listen, learn, and grow, we are amplifying Black voices and perspectives in an effort to start a new COVID-19 vaccine conversation. We're sharing stories intended to help us navigate this unprecedented time together and to co-create solutions in support of the Black community. Hear these stories at weconsiderwa.org.
Geico asks, how would you love a chance to save some money on insurance? Of course you would. And when it comes to great rates on insurance, Geico can help. Like with insurance for your car, truck, motorcycle, boat, and RV. Even help with homeowners or renters coverage. Plus, add an easy-to-use mobile app, available 24-hour roadside assistance, and more, and Geico is an easy choice. Switch today and see all the ways you could save. It's easy. Simply go to geico.com or contact your local agent today.